Are you married?
I was married.
You were married before.
Yeah. My wife just passed away, you know?
Your wife died?
Yeah. April 27, 2022. That's 7 months today.
April what?
April 27, 2024. 7 months ago. Wow. That time fly.
April 27th, 2024.
Yeah.
You lost your wife.
My best friend. Yeah. Oh. Do you know I've never touched where she used to lie? I lie on the same bed. Ooh. Please,
Can I have a tissue, please? I'm sorry to touch on your nerves,
yeah,
and
it's okay. It's okay.
you love your wife? You loved your wife, or you still love your wife?
Love is an understatement. Life is the going person. No complication. Straightforward. You know about that straightforward. Lovely, friendly with everybody. I wish I would meet somebody like her one day.
You said your wife is your best friend.
Oh yeah.
Was she your best friend for real?
Oh yeah. You have no secret. Same bank account. Same everything.
What happened to her? Pass me through the journey, and what happened? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very wonderful atmosphere today, and I'm here today to have a very beautiful conversation with a brother and a friend. In fact, we met as friends and we became brothers, and now we are family. Ladies and gentlemen, this man has been through so much in life. Life has taught him so much, and he's really experienced so much so far as life is concerned, and he has a story to share. He traveled all the way from Africa, came here with his wife and his kids, and they've have beautiful American kids. But along the line, something happens, and I believe it's gonna be a true testimony and a true life story to share with you and other viewers watching me live on Christian Upon Studios. My name is Christian Upon, and welcome. Welcome.
One more time.
I can see you have a very beautiful house. You have a very beautiful house. When did you buy this house?
2022.
Oh, 2022. So barely 2 years ago.
Yeah. 2 years and some months. Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. I call you Ibua. Um, that's how I call you. I call you Ibua. What is your name actually?
That's the boy is my name, but my first name is Maxwell.
Marcel. Okay, okay. Where are you originally from? I mean, you are from
Cameroon.
Cameroonian. Okay, okay. And how? Tell me a story about Cameroon. How was it like?
Oh well. The particularity with Cameroon is that we are two in the world. We are two. We are just two countries in the world that speak two official languages, French and English. Cameroon has French and English as official languages, like Canada.
Mhm.
But all the two countries have some similarity, 10 regions. But in Canada, we have 9 English speaking English, and then one speaking French, who's Quebec. But the opposite in Cameroon, we have 8 regions speaking English, French, and then two speaking English.
Oh, okay. So Cameroon is like two different languages, right? French and English.
Yeah.
So are you from the French side or the English side?
Well, I'm from the English side, but I did the Francophone education. That's the difference. So
What?
I'm from the Anglophone side,
Uh,
but I
uh-huh.
went to school in the Francophone side. So
Oh,
I'm more,
okay. So
I'm
you're
more,
from the English side,
yeah,
but you schooled and did most of your things in the Francophone side.
with French,
So
exactly.
you can speak the good French?
Oh, la, it's my first language anyway. So
Oh, then watch into the camera and talk to your French people that you're about to have an interview with Christian Paul. Tell them on
uh,
the camera.
salut très cher frère. Je suis en train d'avoir une conversation, mon cher ami et frère au pont de WST Unit. Sois la bienvenue.
Okay, so say it in English. Whatever you said, say it in English.
I just say, hello guys. I'm with my friend au pont. We're about to have a serious conversation right now. But I just did all the WST Unit.
Okay.
Okay, you from the WST Unit.
Okay. So let me tell. Oh, I know how to speak French actually. Comment tu t'appelles?
Je m'appelle Bob Marcel.
Où habites-tu? You know?
J'habite à Coro.
Is it not French?
It's French.
It's French. I speak French. Actually, I'm a good. I'll be a very good friend. But actually, when I was in school way back, and my French teacher was anytime he come to the class, we kind of feel very uncomfortable to learn the French. You know, if we laugh about certain things they say. If I knew, I would have taken it much more
It's
serious.
everywhere, like that, you know, even back home in my country, you know,
Mhm.
when we were in secondary schools, and then, okay, as I did it from first education, I had my English background, I never had any problem. But when the English teacher used to come in, we would run away. So now, when I arrive at university, it's a different ball game.
Yeah,
The university is purely bilingual.
exactly.
So now they assume that Cameroon is bilingual, so they don't care where they come from, Anglophone background or the Francophone background. Any lecturer comes in with his own language of preference.
Yeah, exactly.
But naturally, as a Cameroon, the majority is Francophone. My Anglophone brothers have problem because they mostly speak in French.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Marcel Ibua. So tell me a little bit about yourself in Cameroon. What were you doing before in Cameroon?
Oh, after university, I was a hustler. I was a bookseller in Cameroon in general.
You were selling books.
Yeah, educational books, school program book. You know, this the syllabus and the way the government operate aside. They have many books in the program, so you have to compete. So like they can put like 5 books in the school program. Now any editor have to market it with the head of schools.
Okay.
So they should choose their own book.
Okay.
The more they choose a book, the more you sell.
So is it like you love education, or is it like you went far in education, or is just by chance selling books?
Actually, just by chance. Me growing, Ajiba came to university. I was dreaming to become something else, unfortunately. Yes, I was dreaming to become a medical doctor when I was still young. And I came in this country a little bit younger. I could have been doing that. But when I came here with the responsibility, those dreams are far gone. I don't see myself going back into books like going to read biochemistry and then start stressing myself. Books were just giving me money to put food on my table.
So books were just giving you money to put food on your table. Who introduced the book business to you? Is it a family business that you also ventured into it, or it was something you actually chanced on the way?
I just chanced on the way because one day I was moving and then I was like, because I was schooling in the capital city, Yaoundé, and I would move around. All the holidays I would go back home. I said, but I'm tired of going back home all the time. So one day I said, I did it to hustle. I don't move around. I said, okay. I was going out with different concepts of books. I was targeting the wholesale, so I was trying to tell them, okay, I need them to supply me books so I should sell somewhere. But the first person I met in this particular store, I thought he was the owner of the store. He was able to supply his books. So I met him. I was trying to give him a proposal. He said, you are interested. He took my number and I gave him mine. So he said, call me later. So when I called him, He changed my life and my proposal in some sense. So he took me from where I was going because what I was thinking was totally different. So he took me just from there and then I'll say, he said, okay, I have this book for you. Here's the deal. Make sure they list this book in many schools as possible. I hope it give you the equivalent of
In American dollars?
it's
Okay.
equivalent of $20
Oh,
per school.
per school.
If I list any school, you give me
that is within a month or within a week.
The moment I bring a book list,
Okay.
that book is listed that this school will use this book for this academy year, he'll give me $20.
So that was a huge amount of money back then, right?
Oh yeah. I remember the first week I went out there, I came back with probably 8 schools. I was so happy. yeah.
So you're looking around
160
140 or 160
$60.
$60 then about.
That's much more back there for sure. For a week. I was like, oh the hell. So I worked with him for the first. So that year I worked with him just for 1 month. I was paid like I need to convert the money, back home is 300,000. So if I divide by 500.
Now we are doing mass calculation here. Okay, so will you say you were rich back home, or you were comfortable, or you were in the middle class?
Middle class.
Middle class. Did you see poverty before? Have you tasted poverty?
I've seen it. Oh yeah.
So going back to when you used to sell books, when a man met you, then he changed your life as the way you said it. How old were you then? Early 20s, 18s, or
No, late 20s. I was already a graduate, so
you were a little bit older.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Was that your first job?
Yeah, as a job, really, it was my first job.
Okay.
Because at first I was just a student. After school, I go back home. I go and sit with my parents. I had to do one or two things.
So at what point did you realize that you need to travel to the United States of America?
It will be a surprising thing, but for me, traveling to the United States of America, I tried to visa lottery. I've never applied to travel in my life anyway. I remember one day I just picked my son from school, and I was doing my book business. I placed my wife somewhere to selling books for me, my late wife, actually. I put her somewhere to be selling books for me, and we had my third son, who is 8 years today. He was just barely. So I said to my wife, let's go and play lottery. She said she was tired. Okay, because I was having my motorbike.
Okay.
Back home, I was having yeah, because I used to distribute books. So
okay. So the bike was your easy way of transportation.
Yeah. So when I carried my son, my wife was so tired. She said, no, let's go home. I said, no, I've seen somebody say they're playing American lottery. So I just went there. So, okay. I spent around $6 to play American lottery stuff. A week later, the guy called me. The way I play, the guy could just call me.
So a week later, the guy called you after playing the American lottery. A week after you did it,
he called me back. He said something happened with the side I played. He's like, they pirated the site, so like they try to cancel every people that played at that particular period. So when I went back, they said, okay, let's do it again.
Okay.
I said, but I've already paid for it. He said, yeah, no, you won't pay anything. So we did it again. We had pictures already. He took pictures. We wanted to play, how to take some pictures and everything. But he said, let's multiply chances. Play as a head of household. Your wife should add more money. Your wife to play as a head of household to multiply chances, which I did. Today is a funny day that you just choose to come to my house today. It is my son's birthday.
Oh wow, glory be to God.
And this particular son to me is a guy, the day after we played that visa lottery stuff, the one blessed day, I just took my wife to the hospital. She said she was feeling dizzy. When I made pregnancy text, and she was pregnant with that guy. This guy was watching.
Oh, hold on. So the day the guy called you back for the American lottery?
Yeah, for the result.
For the result?
Yes. It was the day that this guy was pregnant.
The day you realized your wife was pregnant. Wow. That is a blessing.
My mom used to call him American son. So wow. That's what my mom used to call him. He's 6 years old today. Today's his birthday.
Double blessing anyway.
Yeah.
Wow. So when you realize you've won the American lottery coming to the United States, were you coming with alone or you actually coming with your wife?
No, no, come with my family. Because I play with my family. So,
Okay.
with my, I couldn't travel with my wife without my wife because I knew my wife long time ago. I never, since I knew my wife was for long till she passed away. We have not stayed 1 week apart. So there was no way in my mind. I was not dreaming to travel, leave my family apart. That possibility was not even in my mind. Yeah, never existed in my mind anyway. So.
Okay. At what age did you get married?
Oh, that's a serious question. You know, me and my wife will have a double life a little bit. And we knew ourselves when we were very young. She took pregnant. And then we were very young. Because when I used to tell people my first one is 24, they'll be like, yeah. So when she got pregnant, and then she went her way, I went my way. She was with a mom. We met 8 years later. That's when.
When your wife got pregnant?
We were barely teenagers. I mean, I was still a Sunday school guy. She was still a Sunday school girl, and then I have to go.
So
The mom,
two teenagers.
yeah, but not really teenager because I was already big by then. I was like 21,
And how old was she then?
around 16, 17.
16, 17. So you guys were barely very, very young, young people, young
Mhm.
adults. Let me say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know we couldn't take care of that responsibility. So back home, we don't have any problem like over here. Back home, the mom took charge of her. We met ourselves later, 8 years after. We was really big when in university. So we decided she was the love of my life. So we took her over there.
Okay. So when your wife got pregnant, the family came for her.
Yeah, eventually, I was not responsible. Not that one was, I never had the means to take care of her, to take care of a woman. Not to, I was not even, I was unable to take care of myself. Not to talk of taking care of a woman.
So the family came and took their daughter away, and for 8 years, and they brought her back
They
after.
never, they never brought her back. We met ourselves again in the university. So,
No, I think we have to dive more into this one. So within the 8 years, were you guys still talking? Were you visiting her? She's gone.
yeah,
Your wife was gone. You
yeah,
also living your life.
cool.
No conversation from each other. So you guys separated for 8 years.
That's why for those 8 years, I had 2 kids.
Within the space of 8 years, you had two
I
kids
had 2 kids, yeah.
with different women.
Different women, two different women.
Two different women. So one different mother and another kid with another mother. So two different women, all in Cameroon. What about your wife?
No, not the school.
She was there with no child.
With my son also, that when she was pregnant.
With only your son. So she didn't went around to. So 8 years separation and school, you guys met again. How did you meet? And how did you guys connect again after 8 years of separation?
We're in the university, and then I was living stone through. I never knew, so I was doing my biochemistry stuff, and then she was doing her geography, history, geography, and then suddenly I met her. I said, "Wow!" And then in my mind, I was not even thinking of dating her anymore.
You thought that's the end of it.
So,
How many kids do you have right now?
my wife,
With your wife.
5.
With your wife, you have 5 kids. Plus the 2 making 7.
Yeah.
So where are the 2?
Back home.
They are back home. And what about the 5?
No, that my first one is in Cameroon, back home too. So I have 4 kids over here.
So you have 4 kids here, and the senior one is in Cameroon. So do you have any plans of bringing the 3 here?
No, especially my first son. He just is big enough. And we should talk a lot. So I talked with him yesterday. We still talk about the coming over here.
How old is your first son?
He's 24.
24. So he was 2020 child, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, the year 2020. What is
2000,
the year 2000?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The year 2000. Wow. Mr. Marcel Ebua. How was your first experience in America when you came with your family? Everybody's here in America. You are with your family, everything. How was it like? Where did you first stay and who did you live with?
Mm.
And another question, was the picture you saw in Africa, when I come to America, I'm going to be the rich man? Was it like that when you came for the first couple of months?
Well, being matured enough, I don't think I was not. I dreamed to become rich, but I was not dreaming like just coming to just make money. There's nowhere easy in the whole world. I know in my mind somewhere there's somebody who always broke somewhere. So that you can't just come there. It's not like they keep money so you just come and grab it easily. But if you work for the money, you can get more money. Even in Africa, if you work hard, you will make the money.
Exactly.
But now the difference with America is you have like equal possibility open to everybody. But not like back home, politicians will do everything to keep everything for themselves. Even the public market, they will keep it mystical. So
Um,
dreaming to make money, coming to America is not like I knew it would be hard for some time. And it was really hard because coming at the blow, like somebody coming with a wife and 3 kids, like for
so
five people.
5 people traveling at the same time.
Exactly.
Hmm.
I have my land, like you first asked a question about loan. I never came here with a loan. But after winning the visa lottery, it's a long process too. It's a lot of money to put in there. So if you find out you don't finally travel, you will be broke like ever. But you have to put a lot of money. I was definitely forced to sell my only land I had in the capital city. But I sold that land when I was ready, when I had the visa ready. So I sold the land to pay my ticket.
Let me backtrack a little bit and ask you, after 8 years meeting your wife, how did the family take it? Did they accept it smoothly, or there were a bit of confusion a little bit? I'm not gonna agree for this man to marry my daughter. How was it like?
Uh, there were nothing as such, but at one point in time, I remember one of her sister, her elder sister,
Mhm.
she almost she was taking her away again from me. If that guy cannot take care of you, leave me away. Yeah.
Wow. So her little sister was,
Her elder sister, she was the last.
why, after, even after 8 years, things were not good. It was tough for you
Oh yeah. Oh,
after 8 years.
when we started living together, when she became pregnant, my biggest guy is over here. Life was hell. Life became hell. I promise you.
Mm.
Back home, I don't know. There are some certain things like I don't know in our culture. They were yeah. When your wife, a woman is pregnant, they can just say, okay, they can go do ecography and say it's a boy or a girl.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
But back home, we know ourselves. Anything I was doing was failing at that period when she was pregnant. They were telling, oh, your wife is pregnant, right? you will have a boy. Oh yeah, they will tell me upfront. Because like they say some children will come in your life, they will mess up your life when they're in the stomach. And and for real. But when that guy came in my life, all the business I was doing, everything went wrong.
Went wrong.
Wrong.
Your first child,
No, the second one. I
the
mean,
second
after
one.
after yeah, everything went wrong. But my biggest way was his stomach.
Mm.
God, gosh.
Ebua, I'm gonna ask you this question for our viewers. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to a brother. His name is Ebua. That's how I call him. Are you married?
I was married.
You were married before.
Yeah. My wife just passed away,
Your wife died?
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Uh April 27, 2022. That's 7 months today.
April what?
April 27, 2024. 7 months ago. Wow. That time fly.
April 27th, 2024.
Yeah.
You lost your wife.
My best friend. Yeah. Oh, do you know I've never touched where she used to lie? I lie on the same bed. Whew. Please,
Can I have a tissue, please? Um, I'm sorry to touch on your nerves,
yeah,
and
it's okay. Okay.
you lost your wife. What is your wife's name?
She was called Keku Seraphine. Miss K.
Seraphine Keku.
Keku Kasar. Yeah.
You love your wife? You loved your wife, or you still love your wife?
Love is an understatement. The most amazing person I've ever met. Life easy going person. No complication. Straightforward. You know about that straightforward. Lovely. Friendly with everybody. I wish I would meet somebody like her one day.
You said your wife is your best friend.
Oh yeah.
Was she your best friend for real?
Oh yeah. We have no secret. Same bank account. Same everything.
What happened to her? Pass me through the journey, and what happened?
No, she was pregnant. When we came to America, we came with 3 kids. Then she got pregnant in 2020. November 21st, 2021, she gave birth to a beautiful girl, her only girl. We left the hospital 2 days after. The next day, I was taking her back to the emergency, back pain everywhere. I thought it was the effect of epidural. 1 month after, they said she was diagnosed stage 4 cancer. They gave her 6 months to wait to live. Yeah, in 2021. She gave birth to November 14, 2021.
Okay.
We left the hospital 2 days, November 16, 2021.
You left. Okay.
We left the hospital. The baby now
Uh-huh.
came back home.
Okay.
So we were discharged on the
Okay.
16th.
Okay.
On the 17th,
Uh-huh.
I took her back to the emergency.
Mhm.
Back pain, back pain. But already, after she gave birth, she was kind of back pain. They gave her pain medication. Okay, you know the one they can give. They knew they said, oh, if it's normal back pain, it will be over. They gave her the pain medication. She was fine. We went home. The next day, it was worse. She couldn't even walk. My newly born baby, I put her in the basket. So in the car, went to the emergency because she needed to breastfeed. When she was diagnosed, the back pain was the first started with the massage. It became worse. They put her patches, pain patch, everything. You know, here with the process, tests everywhere, book appointment up and down. So 1 month after, exactly December 17, when the bad news came in, she was stage 4 cancer.
Stage 4.
Stage 4 breast cancer.
Breast cancer.
Or which they never diagnosed it when she was pregnant. That was so funny. So it was like when I remember Dr. Absi telling me, I called her. So what does that mean? She told me vehemently she has 6 months she wanted to live.
They told you your wife had 6 months to live.
Yeah, 1 year maximum. So when we came back home with the findings, I met one guy online, Chris Beat. Chris Beat is a guy he had cancer before. He cured himself with a particular diet. So I started reading about him. So I, I registered under him. We bought some of the books. We have some books with every therapy in there, everything, how you can do all the concoction you can eat. My wife took that thing. She became stronger again. Remember, she went back to work. 3 months, 3 months after she went back to work, because when she started drinking carrot juice and carrot apple juice, you have cancer for them, they will not put on pain medication. Like they'll give you hydrocodone 3 times a day, and then you are going with chemo. They told you already she has 6 months when to leave. They put in that condition just to die. But the more I realized with that crispy, just around April, her first session of chemotherapy was January 3rd, 2022. And then she was forced to take, because you feel pain, you take that hydrocodone 3 times a day, every 8 hours. Well, the pain is too much. But when I started doing that carrot juice and stuff and smoothie, because she stopped eating cooked food for 6 months with that therapy I met online. And right when she started that stuff, the first 1 week, she left the hydrocodone. They were giving her 3 times a day. She started she took 2 times a day, so the pain was reducing gradually with that day I was taking. And then later on stopped the hydrocodone, but we were going for chemo, so she was not feeling no pain. Anytime I go to the hospital, why is your pain medication? Should we renew it? We said no, we don't want it. Because she was fine. They stopped us in the house, so she was no longer feeling pain with the apple juice, apple juice I was doing, with the smoothie stuff, a lot of garlic, a lot of ginger. And it's a mixed concoction of everything, fruit and vegetable, precisely. You have for everybody that want to help himself, ginger and garlic should be part of your life.
So if somebody is watching us with cancer, you have a remedy of what can
help you for some time, because it helped my wife, because they gave her 6 months to leave. But without this thing, she stayed up to 28 months. I mean,
she stayed
28 months.
2 years.
2 years of change, yeah.
Meaning at least
but the hospital told me the first day she will have 6 months to leave. But she stayed 28 months. So.
Okay. Ibua.
Yeah.
So your wife later on returned to work.
Yeah.
She was working after 3 months, right?
Yeah, she came back to work March 2022. She worked along March 2022 to July 2023. So 1 year and change until she had the brain surgery, when they say. Yeah.
So brain surgery?
Yeah. Because after that now.
What happened?
After some time, if they tell me in this country, cancer is a business. So that lady told us one day, because when at one point my wife said she wanted to rest of chemo. Because like we already the side of chemo is too much. So with that guy that killed him, he said you are sure that you're gonna die one day, regardless what will happen to you. So you have a choice to take care of yourself or not. It's yourself, you're gonna die, right? You can decide what is good for you. It's either you continue with the chemotherapy, but he's not stopping you, or you continue with his own therapy. But if you feel you are tired, you can stop it for a while and come back. But when she told that woman she was about to start, that woman gave her 2 doses of chemo. Because during the first 3 months of chemo is one week, because she was very advanced, once a week. And then after that, they will put you for the terminal one, once every 3 weeks. So, now, the last 2 sessions she took with that woman, Dr. Abasi, was like, she would come out, the hand was swollen. And then later that woman called her. So when she stopped the chemo sometime, that woman called her on the phone and said, even though, because after she took that thing, they went for the scan. Because they say when she was down stage 4, the liver was 90% damaged and the spine was 90% damaged. So after
90% damage,
yeah, the liver was 90% damaged, that's for sure. But after 6 months, with those things, the liver was rebuilt 80%. The next six scan after 6 months, there were no cancer markers. But now when she starts stopping that chemo, that woman called her and said, no, even though you're cancer, even though you that they no longer see what and so ever, but your cancer markers are higher in the blood. I said, how can something be higher? So it's like she used a substance to make that thing grow up because I was it was like sometimes you want to think
Hold on.
because
Pause here. Are you making an allegation?
what I come in and would have been sure because when I see my life, the way the tumor was going and the way she was going, you were comfortable. You can't tell me today you have got your liver is going good. How's your secret? She will start taking medication and then which is not common.
So in your mind, you
There's
think
in my mind somewhere
because you said in this country cancer is a business.
it's a long business.
So in your mind, you think when your wife was getting healed,
Yeah,
the doctors find ways and means to inject her with another thing that will trigger the cancer to grow.
I would not like to say something when my wife will not be here to defend because it will be my word against somebody's word. It will be very difficult.
Okay.
And then, but I remember clearly when she was telling her that we are sorry, I have to change her medication, but what I was giving you was not protecting her brain.
But at that time, the cancer was gone, or it was
It,
almost from the system?
she was taking her liver was healed, the spine was healed, everything was healed, but now but the breast, now it came back to, when I say it's a business, this cancer was stage 4. She left stage 4 to stage 1, where they have to cut the breast, which she refused. She knew her treatment would go away, but she was continuing taking treatment. She never stopped the conventional treatment, you have to go take it. She was doing it. But when that one told her, the medicine I was giving you was not protecting her brain. That's why I knew something was wrong. And immediately she told her that 3 months after, she developed 2 tumors in the head. That was she had a brain surgery July 21st, July 2023.
You probably you are so good in dates and times.
Oh yeah, the thing I will never forget that for sure.
You are very good in dates and
Yeah.
times. So after the conversation with the doctor, that the medication she was giving your wife wasn't protecting her brain.
Yeah, she said
3 months after, she developed brain tumor.
Yeah.
3.
The last part we went was July 15, 2023. We went to a boat ride.
So
she was crying. But
she went for the surgery?
Yeah, of course she had a surgery. It was a Wednesday, 19 July, when she woke me up in the night. Daddy, I'm dying. My head wanted to explode. She was already complete with headache. We went to her PCP prescribed a normal headache medication and so on. She told me this one is not normal headache. It's like when I turn my head like this, like that flinging me. It's not like normal headache. So I took her to the emergency. I called her emergency. I went to HCA down here. We went there. In the evening, when I saw doctors, they were telling me, they never told me what was happening. They said my wife, that she's going to ICU. I said, oh, I know what ICU mean about. What do you mean? I mean, you're taking my wife to ICU. I was like, then. So I said, but, so I talked to him. He said, okay, no, she have tumors, the 2 tumors behind here. We'll have to remove them. Fortunately for her, she's young, it will be easy, and so on and so forth. These guys talk with a lot of confidence and so forth. Yeah.
After the tumor, after the surgery, the tumor, the surgery you had or she had, she came back home successfully?
Yeah, we came back home. She was walking around. She moved around. She was cooking for me, doing everything.
At what point did she became,
from that July, when she had this brain surgery, we came back home. And then she was getting better a little bit, doing her little stuff. But they told us there's no medication going through the brain. So you must go through radiation to kill the cancer cell level to the brain. So from there, we can continue with therapy, with chemo. because you will take chemo. Chemo will just cure the body. No medication can go in the brain cell because the brain is protected for chemicals to go in there. So only the radiation. So after the brain surgery, she went for radiation. We went for the first 10 sessions of radiation. After went for 5. Then now from there now, a tumor came down here. When the brain was clear, it came down here. They radiated here, it came down again. They radiated here, it came down again. Like them. And then when it finally came down here, she started feeling numbness on her legs. Yeah. She was telling me I'm feeling numb, I'm not feeling my legs. So you blow her spine number 1 like that. I don't know the number precisely. If I usually post my pictures of that, when the story came out, there's a picture I post. I remember the last day she went to church with me. That was January 14, 2020, 2024. I used to say, when I posted that picture, I said the last day I saw you standing.
The last day you saw her standing was January 14th, 2024.
That was, I used to say the last day I saw her standing, but that was the last day we really went out, went to church. I one night. I came out that morning, I took my shower, I went to bed. She used to see me. I used to drive, go to church. I must go to church when I come back. But that day, she was about to drive. But she was. So when they were outside, she saw me pop out. The driver said, wow. She was so happy. She said, I was taking this car. I was not even sure to drive. But my legs were numb already. She was telling me, we went to church. I took her some pictures. That was I used to post. I said, the last I saw you standing. But 10 days after, when I came back from work in the morning, I saw her lying on the floor. She told me, Daddy, I can walk. I said, what are you saying? She said she woke up. She tried to go and pee. There was no way. She rolled. She never wanted to pee on the carpet. So she rolled to the floor. So she peed and then she just came back. She just lied there. I carried her, put on the bed. Took my shower. Lie a little bit. Then, after I rested a little bit, a couple of hours, I carried her downstairs to the car, to the emergency. And that was it. That was the beginning of the end. From January 24, 2021, 2024 till April, it was one hospital to another.
Your wife, was she on hospice?
Yeah, she was placed when. So from one hospital to the other, they put her. She was pee on pipe, catheter, what they call it. Yeah, and then at that time, it was like April 2nd, she went for her last chemo because she stopped chemo a long time ago. But now the situation became worse. I said, no, you better go to chemo. I forced her. I remember she was sitting right here. I forced her. When April 2nd, we went for chemo. We went for chemo. She lied. I could not carry her upstairs because this hand was swollen, so she couldn't hold me no more. So carrying her upstairs, so I told her this chair is reclinable. If I put on the bed, when I want to turn you, because her legs, I needed to assist her to turn, the back will pain and everything, all the pain. So I say, this chair is reclinable, I can fluctuate it up and down. She was lying, she was lying, I was saying, like 5 days. The situation was becoming worse. After the chemo, she never went back to my room. I finally called 911. I think that was April 7 or something, yeah. 7 or 8, around that time. We went to the hospital. We stayed there for 5 days. They placed her on hospice.
When they placed your wife on hospice, I remember I had a conversation with you. I called you and you told me point blank that they just placed her on hospice. You told me on phone.
Yeah.
I was very cool with your wife, very close with her. Um, do you remember after they placed her on hospice? How many days did it take for her to go to say goodbye to the world?
Uh, 12 days.
12 days. Are you gonna marry again? Will you marry again?
That's a funny question. For me, it's too early for now anyway. Uh, Time will tell. But for me, it's too early. I don't know. Think about marriage is something very far from my mind anyway. I don't even think about it. But you're not the first people who ask that question. I say why people are bothered about the wrong things. I'm still more than my wife. Try to move around. I don't really think about woman anymore. When my mom asked me that question one time, when my mom tried to ask that question, I said, oh, hold on. I almost got in trouble that.
Your mom asked you whether you marry again?
Uh-huh. She asked me, so I was telling her, I said, but I told her, first of all, I have many kids. Uh, the kind of woman I did in my life is not any type of woman. I cannot go for it is a little young girl because she may want her own kids. I have enough kids already in my life. And no one will compromise her life, coming to my life to come and take care of her kid without having her own kids. So those things I don't even think about. For real, I don't really think about it.
Maybe for affection.
Affection. What would she really give me?
Affection. Companionship.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But for now, it's not on the table. But time will tell.
It's been a very wonderful time talking to you. And
Oh, I never knew you touched my emotional points. So, anytime I tell her, I've never touched, if you go to my closet, it's the same way she left it. I've never touched it. I'm still thinking what to do with her stuff. With her personal stuff.
you still have a personal stuff?
I'm telling you, I've never touched anything the way she left it. The room is still there the way it was designed. The closet is still there. I enter the closet. I go to the right side where my clothes belong. The left side, all the things are stuff. I don't even bother. I don't even look at it. So I was thinking, with time, normally I was thinking to ship them to Africa to her siblings, but she have elderly siblings. She don't have young. She was the youngest, but she have stepsister though, for them to use it, or her nieces to use some.
Mr. Bua, it's an honor having you. And I want you to look into the camera and talk to a husband or a wife who is going through a challenge in this your situation. Maybe somebody's wife is sick, somebody's husband is sick, and they are abandoning them, or they are not paying much attention to them, or they are also going through the same thing, or they are actually doing their best to make sure they get healed. Watch into the camera and say a word of encouragement to somebody watching me in the same situation.
Uh, Anyway, before I say anything of stuff, it's very hard because some people will not have the zeal or the God to stand it. I know for sure. Have you reached a point where you want to quit, but you ask yourself, what will you look like? This person that you profess love for, that you say You know, that's a word people use, they don't know the value, the heaviness. The Lord put us apart. The dead put us apart. That word is so heavy. It's heavy for anyone to get engaged that word and to stand it. You need to be a man or a woman enough to be standing. At one point, women sometimes prefer, I should have died, she should stay. I believe women were built to resist, to stand some stress more than men. I remember with all my contacts over here in America, all my friends, there's a man I call father, my Kenyan papa, my big OG. I worked with him just a few months, but I would have been grateful to him for a long time. I remember my wife passed away. He would drive and come here and spend touch with me and go back to Huntsville. And he would tell me, I would laugh. He said, you know, if you were the one who died, the house could have been full. Women have the solidarity, they will come and sit with you with a friend and talk. But now, if your wife is dead, your house is empty. You are alone. Yeah. I was like, they should bury my wife very quick. So people say, why rush it? But the worst period, one of the worst period after her illness, because anyway, that was a nightmare for me. But after she died, the first week it was okay. I lost somebody, it's okay. But now because the other 3 weeks, which was in the funeral home, waiting for the burial, that was hell for me. You know, I was in this house, roaming like a lion in a cage. I can't go anywhere. I can't drive. I can't go to work. I'm blocked. When she's buried, okay, now, okay, she's gone. You have to start a new page. You can decide anything to go. But during that 3 weeks, you can't do anything. You are just like, I was stuck. But to come back to your question, to say what you said, I should say, for men or women going through that situation, God should be a helper. God should be a strength. God should give you what it takes to stand. What I went through, I will wish it even for my enemy. You see, your best friend died. If somebody died, I did poison it all. She told me bye. Was sitting like this, she said bye. It's hard to take care of a sick person, especially someone you love. That's why you even ask me if I'll get married. Do I still have that strength to love? What I went through, am I dreaming to have that situation even though I'm not willing that the person who come into my life will die or to be sick? Do I have the courage to go through that again second time? To come back to that question, will you get married again? That's the question I need to ask myself. Are you really willing, Eboa, to go through that same stress you went through? Are you able to go through that same stress? I was having BP before, now I'm having BP. Just because the stress I went through for a period. So, to answer that question, will be another day.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very time. I don't know. We started good, but
I'm sorry.
we
I can't miss
are
it.
going. How old is your last child?
Oh, she turned 3 this November 14, 2024. She turned
2 years?
3.
3 years. My name is Christian Opon, and this is Christian Opon Studios. Thank you for watching.